boys and girls. Welcome to your second math lesson for lesson 17. We are going to continue working on word problems. So you remember all those words we talked about in the first video that meant adding, and all those words we talked about that meant subtracting? You can go back and review them if you want to, because we're going to use them today. Today, when we work on word problems, we are going to be using our number line most of the time, and we're going to try to remember to make a 10. Before we get started, you can get your math books and turn to page 381. So that's the page we're going to be starting on today. And I wrote down some words that are just in the word problems. They're not math words. In fact, most of them are names. The first word is piñata. Then we have Mr. Pina, Sophia, Olaf. So if you come across these words, you can think, oh my gosh, we went over them. I know them. They're piñata, Mr. Pina, Sophia, and Olaf. And they'll come in your word problems today. So I'll erase them. And you guys can turn to page 381. We're going to remember to make a 10 after we read the word problem. So let's read it now. Jenny gets 15 prizes from the piñata. Ken gets 6 prizes from the piñata. How many fewer prizes does Ken get than Jenny? Well, remember that word fewer, that meant we were going to subtract. So I know that my math equation needs a subtraction symbol and an equal symbol. I'm going to read the word problem again. Jenny gets 15 prizes from the piñata. Ken gets 6 prizes from the piñata. How many fewer prizes does Ken get than Jenny? Well, let's see, what do I know? I know that we're going to subtract, so I'm going to use the largest number. And I know that's 15 because Jenny got 15 prizes from the piñata. And then I know that Ken gets 6 prizes from the piñata. But what I don't know is how many fewer 6s than 15. So I'm going to figure that out. But this time, I'm going to remember to make a 10. And what helps me with that? Number bonds. So remember, 15 is made up of 10 and 5. And then 6 is made up of 5 and 1. So if I look at my number bonds and I go to my number line, I'm going to start at 15. Do you remember which way I'm going if I'm subtracting? Right, I get smaller. So first I want to make a 10. And I know that if I go back 5, if I start at 15 and go back 5, I'll end up at 10. So I'll go back 5. There I go, I end up at 10. But I'm not done because I have to go back 6. And we have one more to go back 6. So let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, 5 and 1 is 6. I started at 15, I went back 6, and look, I ended up at 9. So that means if Jenny got 15 prizes from the piñata, and Ken gets 6 prizes from the piñata, then Ken would have gotten 9 fewer prizes than Jenny. You can also figure it out using your tens frames or drawing pictures. Any way to figure out math is awesome. But today, we're just going to work on making a 10. All right, let's go to page 383. We're going to do number 1 and 2 together. It says, how is your way like model it? How is it different? Well, I did the model it way, so I want you to think, did you figure out the difference between the piñata prizes the same way I did? Or did you do it a different way? All right, let's go to 2, because Boom and Buzz have something important to say. I am now on page 383, and I am going to read problem number 2. Boom says that 11 minus 8 equals 2. What did Boom do wrong? So, let me write this down. Boom says 11 minus 8 equals 2. What did he do wrong? So the book is showing me that Boom started at 11, and it looks like he wanted to make a 10, so he jumped back 1. But then he jumped back all the way to 2. What did he do wrong? Well, let's make a number bond to figure it out. You guys can answer for yourself. 11 is made up of 10 and what? If you said 10 and 1, you were correct. And 8 is made up of, let's do 7 and 1. So if we started at 11, which it looks like Boom did, and we went back 1 more to make it 10, well, that looks pretty good. But then he would have to go back 7 more. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what? I'm going to get a different color marker, because it does in fact look like Boom is wrong. Boom went back 1 to get to 10. We'll cross that out again. He did a nice job. But now, since he's at 10, he has to go back 7 more. 10 minus 7 is not 2. 10 minus 7 is 3. It looks like Boom didn't know his tens facts. What do you know? All right, boys and girls, I'm going to let you do the rest of Lesson 17, pages 377, and then stop at 386. Remember, in this second part, you are going to try and make a 10, because that's really helpful. But you can check your answers using your tens frames or drawing a picture, because showing how you know how to do math is awesome. Have fun!